This is To the Rescue Authentic Networking. I'm Jennifer Johnson, Executive Director of TTR Networking and a relationship marketing coach. This show is all about the authentic business networking, relationship building, and the success strategies used by our members to grow their businesses and give back to local nonprofits. Be sure to stay up to date. Subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the bell to get notifications of new episodes, and please visit our website www.ttrnetworking.com. Now, on with the show.
Welcome to our show, To the Rescue Authentic Networking. We are so glad you are here. My name is Nicole Williams, along with my co-hosts, Don Evans Casey and Jennifer Johnson. Jennifer, what's happening?
Well, there's a lot happening, and we have the pleasure of having a very special guest today, and I want to make sure I don't miss any of this. Okay, so we have Janice Ruiz, Realtor with Indy'sHomeTeam at Keller Williams, Indy Metro North. Janice and her husband, Indy Ruiz, have been in the real estate industry since 1997. Both are former educators in northern and central Indiana. Prior to real estate, Janice was vice president client services at CIC Enterprises. Hopefully she'll tell us what CIC means. A national consulting, it's a national consulting firm working with companies that had more than 50,000 employees. Wow. Now she delivers that highest level of client care to her real estate clients. Over the years, they have helped hundreds of clients sell their current homes, find their perfect next home, and invest in investment properties. They are now helping them buy their, let me start that one again. They are now helping them buy their next dream home or retirement home. That's where we are. Okay. Also now, okay. I don't think you mean the word that I see. And now you're helping the grown kids of those clients find their first homes. I'll have to tell you off the camera what I see. I don't think it's the right word. It's a word I wouldn't want to say on here. I don't think she meant that one. Personalized professional service before, during, and after the sale is their way of doing business. And it's more than just a saying. It's a way of business for Indy and Janice. And you know what? I think what is you probably have it, Janice. We're so happy you're here, for one thing. Thank you for coming. And we love it. She's sitting out by the water and everything. How cool is that? It's beautiful. But and you may have that in your script for later, but what is your little tagline?
I open doors for people.
Oh, I think that's so cool. I open doors for people. Think about the idea of that is so awesome. So we are so glad you're here. I did just kind of butchered your intro, but we are just so glad you're here. Tell us a little bit more about you, Janice, what you do, and how has the state of the pandemic affected your business? Good and bad, doesn't matter.
Well, we're realtors, and as realtors and the whole rest of the world in March, everyone had to learn how to navigate the COVID world. So think back how much we didn't know back then. Mm-hmm. Thankfully, real estate was deemed an essential business, so we could continue working, but the question was how? How are we going to do that? So we had to pivot on a dime, and we had to figure out how to show homes on FaceTime. We had to carry masks and carry wipes and COVID waivers before people could go into a house, open houses, virtual tours, virtual open houses. It was a massive shift, like most businesses had to do, but thankful that we were still in business. We had parking lot closings where everybody sat in their own car, and the title company would bring out the paperwork on a clipboard to sign. And we got it all done. And the incredible thing, though, is that the last 3 months for our office has been record-breaking with limited inventory and in the middle of a pandemic. pandemic, we have blown the top off of all past records.
Oh my gosh. So it's actually not been a bad thing.
No, and I feel for those people that were stuck at home and couldn't work and had to be social isolated. I'm very grateful that we were able to continue safely doing what we did.
You know, and on these calls with our groups, I just wrote down, you had COVID waivers and parking lot closings, and you just had to do it, right? There was no option. I hadn't even, boy, that seems like ages ago, doesn't it?
It does.
I know.
It's only 6 months.
I know.
Yes,
but
almost 7.
Oh my gosh, because I remember people talking about it because I'm not in the industry, so I wasn't, but it just, when you brought it up, oh my gosh, parking lot closings and COVID waivers, my goodness.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Go ahead,
There's a
Nicole.
waiver for everything. There's a waiver for a purchase agreement, waiver for
Oh my goodness.
listing agreement, a waiver to go in to show a house. Waivers, if you're going to an open house, before you walk in the house, you have to sign waivers and leave information for contact tracing if it would be needed. So it's been a pivot.
Oh yeah.
Wow. And I just presumed it was just one waiver. You know, that's just amazing. But that's just awesome how well you took care of your clients, you know, potential clients and the houses and everybody. That's awesome. So our show is Authentic Networking, and we were wondering, what does authentic mean to you and your business?
Well, authentic to me means that you are your true self. You're self-aware and you're being present in the moment when you're with your clients, and you have confidence in who you are and what you know and what you do. And being in the business this long, we've been through ups and we've been through downs and we've been through sideways markets, you name it, we've been through it and been able to get through it successfully, which is really nice. And it's embracing your uniqueness and who you are. But it's also, to me, being kind and loving and appreciating others. We don't have clients, we have friends forever. So
I like that.
we go to birthday parties and quinceañeras and weddings and funerals, and so they're all part of our extended family.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Thank you. That's
Awesome.
awesome.
Yeah. So I have to ask, I know that real estate is a highly competitive industry, and you've been in it for many years now, and you mentioned you've been quite busy lately. So how do you usually meet your clients and develop your Forever Friends Club?
Most of our business is referrals, past referrals, referrals from past clients. So it's usually a pretty warm meeting, but we've got a lot of clients that now are going into their second or their third home. So it's just like a get together with friends and coffee and get down to business. For new clients, the people that we don't know, we do outreach, we do mailings, we stay in continuous conversation with our database, our clients, and our sphere, friends and family, and asking how we can be of assistance. But mainly past clients and referrals from past clients. We get a few internet leads, some geographic marketing, some social media marketing. Social media has become a big deal these days, so we're trying to move into that a little bit. But
Okay, great, thanks.
Well,
Thank you.
yeah, and I know, I mean, I until I read it, I really wasn't thinking, but 1997, they've been in the business for quite a while.
Mhm.
And before that, they were, the CIC was a national consulting firm. Okay. So you had a lot of contacts probably before you started in the industry, correct, Janice? I mean, that made sense.
no, because all of my clients were all over the country.
Okay.
I lived in an airport for many years.
Did you?
Yeah, a lot of travel. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that kind of puts it in a different frame of mind. So, well, a different frame for me, but 1997 to today, that's a lot of time. It makes sense. If you are being authentic and doing what you're supposed to be doing, it would be so crazy if you weren't helping people and their kids and their grandkids. I mean, you know, we know that you're actually, you're very young looking for your age.
Well,
Anyway.
yeah, we have clients that we met when they were first getting married and helped them buy their first house, and then they had kids, and 1 or 2 kids. I'm working with some now that I sold them their original house right when they got married. They have now have a child, and they want their bigger house, their dream house. So we're looking for the bigger house.
Yeah.
And then, you know, brothers and sisters are the grandparents. I'm just helping some grandparents that retired from New York, came into town to be closer to their daughter and family, and so I help them find their retirement home.
That's exciting. So you, it's got to be so nice to get up and know, like you said, what did she say a while ago? Good friends or
Friends Forever Club.
Yeah,
Love it.
cool. I like that. I like that. Well, I do know that the question usually we ask is, or around this is, how did you find TTR networking? And I know that I was at the meetings, I think, when you were visiting, Janice, but I guess I would just say, how did you find us? You can tell us about the group you're involved in, and then maybe, do you have any, well, is there a reason that you joined TTR networking? Because I know you put an application in pretty quickly and then do you have any stories or anything you could share? And don't make anything up, but you know, just share.
Oh, come on. I'm just kidding.
Well, I've been with TTR Westfield, and I got a notification, an email from somebody, and I went back through my emails and I couldn't figure out who that was, but they were gonna starting a new group, and it was gonna be at Wellbrook. And I had been in a networking group years and years ago, BNI, when we lived in another city. And I knew the value of a networking group. And it was hard to get in because every networking group has a realtor. So,
Right.
So when this was a new one, I thought this was an opportunity. That's why I jumped right in. And I love my group. We're small, but we're very collegial. That we all have had one-on-ones. We're referring business to each other, but we're getting to know each other and how you have a comfort for referring. Because I don't refer anybody unless I know them, I've used them, and I trust them. So because I feel like my word, if I give my word to a client about a referral or somebody that does, you know, inspections or lending or whatever, I'm putting my name on the line, so I want to know them. And I feel that that's what you get in a networking group. And I like the non-profit aspect of TTR too. So our group is connected with Open Door, and so we're going to do a whole lot of things, but COVID came, and so we've given some money, but hopefully this fall we'll be able to do some actual help at the location. So that would be nice.
Have you had any, yeah, and have you, that's just kind of neat. I don't think it was my email. Ladies, I didn't stalk Janice. I didn't.
What?
I usually do stalk.
Janice, you're one of the few.
But when I met her though, that changed. I mean, I really, truly, I think, you know, when I first, and you put the application in, I'm like, this lady is in Westfield. You're in Westfield, aren't you, Janice? Okay. And so, I mean, you don't have to be. And when you said one-to-ones, you said your group does one-to-ones. What do you think about, I'm just going to ask, and then I'll turn it over to the other ladies to ask their questions. But we have people all the time, they'll say, what is a one-to-one? And I mean, I get emails all the time. I'll say, well, let's do a one-to-one. They'll say, what are you talking about? What is that? So what is a one-to-one to you, Janice?
To me, it's just a coffee to get to know somebody better. Like I met Sammy at a coffee house pre-COVID, and we just chatted, and I learned about her and she learned about me. I've done Zoom one-on-ones where, and just telephone ones too with the beginning of COVID. Getting to know the people and what their background is, where they came from, how they got to the position that they are now, just knowing that, and then you know, things that they like and don't like. So that's what a one-on-one is. To me, it's just a coffee or a glass of wine in certain cases.
But we've had groups that have done wine, they've done bars, they've done, I mean, they've done all kinds of, people that have, it's a good excuse to go out when we get the world back to normal. We could all go out and have dinner out, or you could just meet somebody. If a Starbucks is open or a coffee company, coffee shop, it's kind of a nice thing. But that's where a lot of the.
In fact, I'm doing a walking one-on-one.
Okay.
Robin,
What a great idea.
I like that.
Robin and I have done 2 walking one-on-ones on the Monon, and walk for an hour and just know all about each other now.
Well, yeah, I mean, what a better way to bond than that. Well, that would be a good, I had the one question, did you have any stories about the TTR network? And I guess, it doesn't happen overnight. And your group actually has only been meeting, what, maybe a year now?
Yeah, we're going on a year.
Right. So, do you have any stories? I don't want to.
Well, yeah, our insurance person, Sammy DeShomes, she reviewed all of our insurance policies, and she has lowered our premiums for more coverage.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a reverse kind of, because that's the true sign of a genuine, authentic networker who understands it's not all about getting business. You just saved money, but you also, Sammy got money. Sammy did business, but you saved money. I mean, that's kind of, you don't expect people to think about it that way. I was meaning, did you have any houses that you sold or whatever? But, it could happen.
With Luke, I have referred 3 clients to his U.S. bank, and he's connected me with one of his loan officers, Nancy, and been very, very good for our clients and got them to closing.
Good. And I guess the big picture, the comment I would make there is that when you do it for connections and it'll turn into long term, you might get a transaction quickly when you first network or something, but
Right.
Is that long term, and you know all about long-term relationships there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm
I would never refer or go on Google to get a referral for anything. Doctors, lawyers, insurance. No, I just.
Good point.
I want to talk to somebody that has used them or knows them.
Okay, cool. Good. Take it away, ladies. I don't know. I've lost my.
All right. I think I'm up.
Okay.
And you touched on this a little bit earlier about nonprofits, but to get into that a little bit deeper, TTR Networking's support of nonprofits and community organizations is one of the tenets of it's one of the important things that we do, that we participate in. And you mentioned that your networking group supports Open Door, I believe, and because of COVID,
Yeah.
you haven't been able to do as much as you may have planned for this year. But tell us a little bit more about the relationship with your group and Open Door, and maybe any other nonprofits that you personally or your group have decided to support.
Open Door was new affiliation back in February, and then COVID happened in March. So we donated some funds, some things that they needed. I think it was gift cards for Kroger or whatever. We were to go in person and help do stuff in the at the Open Door facility. We haven't been able to do that, but hopefully we'll be able to do that here coming up in the fall. The other thing that we did was that the Hamilton County Secret Santa gift wrapping thing back in December. That was awesome. It was, if you haven't ever done it, it's amazing. All the work and everything that goes into that. Really enjoyed that, and I plan on doing that again this year. Then I was on the board of director for the Realtor Foundation for 6 years, and I just rotated off. You can only do 2 terms in a row. But the Realtor Foundation, their purpose is to help find solutions for homelessness. And we do that by raising funds and giving out grants. Last year we gave out $200,000 in grant money, in small grants like 10, 15, 20,000, to organizations that are boots on the ground and are actually working one-on-one with individuals that need a leg up. They don't need everything done for them. They just need a leg up. So I've been very passionate about that. I got into it because somebody did a presentation and asked this question. I'll ask you: how old is the average homeless person in Central Indiana? Take a guess.
No,
20.
I was gonna say 40. I don't know.
7 years old.
7. Oh wow.
That just tore my heart out. Then it became something I wanted to do. Yes, there are so many homeless people. It's not just the grocery store or grocery cart person or the person sitting at the intersection with the sign. There are hundreds of moms and kids sleeping in their car, sofa-surfing around the city at different relatives and friends' houses. So there's most of the homeless are unseen. And veterans, and we touched all kinds of 18-year-olds when they age out of foster care are homeless unless their foster family will extend an extended stay to them. They're homeless. So it's a bigger issue in Central Indiana than we actually see. And the other thing I'm involved with is KW Cares. It's our Keller Williams Foundation. And what they do is, it's a giant organization and it's worldwide. Anytime there's a disaster, wildfires, floods, tornadoes, hurricanes, they have semi-trucks loads of stuff that might be needed, water, generators, all that kind of stuff. And they head to those areas and they help specifically Keller Williams agents who have lost their home, lost their whole inventory that they were going to sell. And then that KW Cares also ties out to other organizations as well. But they're on the ground immediately. Like when Katrina happened, they were the first organization in New Orleans, and there was no cash. There were no cash machines. There were no banks. There were no anything. So they went with suitcases full of cash so people could have money to buy what they needed. So I'm very passionate about that one as well.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Those are great groups. Thank you for sharing those.
Thanks.
You might not know that, Janice, but Dawn is our nonprofit lady who has, I think we sound like we stole it from Keller Williams, but our TTR Cares is what Dawn is in charge of now.
Right.
And so so it was kind of funny when you said KW Cares, I'm like, no, wait a minute. Oh, I guess they probably came up with it before we came up with the TTR. But every time when we're on the show, when we're in the event, the TTR Cares, she shares all these unbelievable nonprofits that we didn't know were out there. So she's always making lists. So I think,
Yeah.
you know, 'cause there's so many deserving, unbelievable nonprofits out there. So anyway, I just thought I'd throw it in.
That Keller Williams does. We have every May, we have Red Day, and we go locally somewhere, and as an entire office, and it's worldwide. Every office does something. They step away from their business for one day, and they help a local nonprofit or school or individual. The last 2 years, we've done Fifth Third here on Allisonville Road. I thought Fifth Third, that's the
What's
bank.
it called? I'm sorry.
Third phase?
Third phase.
Third phase?
Third-
Yes, I volunteered there. Aww.
And we've gone, and the year before, we went and we put in gardens, raised garden beds, brought in dirt, and did all that stuff, cleared a lot for them, as well as painted and did landscaping. This year, we totally cleaned out their resale shop and organized it. They did some repair work inside, totally landscaped the whole place, and replanted the beds that we put vegetables in, we replanted those with tomatoes and all that kind of stuff, so they have like vegetables. So that's
so awesome.
Yeah.
it's individual offices pick what they're going to do, but everybody in Keller Williams Hall, 150,000 people step away from their business in one day.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah, great, great. Wonderful.
Wow. Well, Janice, I had the honor of being in one of our TTR groups with you, Masterminds, and I'm just so excited that you're here today. Our audience, our listeners would love to know, how can we find you? How do you like to be reached, contacted?
Well, you can text or call me at 317-413-7711. My email address is my name, Janice Ruiz @kw.com. And on social media or on Facebook, we're Indy's Home Team.
Awesome.
Which is kind of funny because your husband's name is Indy, and it just kind of works. Yeah.
So cool.
I mean, I know, maybe
That wasn't a giant leap.
I know. I was gonna say maybe everybody already caught that. I just thought that was kind of cute.
That is cool.
And what is okay? And I won't repeat it, but just one time, Janice. What is your husband's full name?
Indy Ruiz.
Okay, Indy'sHomeTeam. I think I said I wasn't going to say it. Then I said it. What did I do? I said it.
I love it. I love how it just rolls off.
Very nice. Now, she can also be found on our website.
Yes.
Under
TTRnetworking.com.
That's right, TTRnetworking.com. And she's with the Westfield group, and she's also in the mastermind. So that's cool. Yeah, very cool. Make sure. Yep. Oh, is it my turn? Okay. So, Janice, we kind of put it out to you now. You have a couple minutes. What is, you know what, before we said that, you do you didn't mention, you do like a shredding day or something, right?
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how many, go ahead. What is that?
We have a community shred day. We've had 3. We had one in, I think it was May, one in July, and then one September 11th. And we just bring in shredding trucks and recycling trucks. And in July, we had over 500 cars bringing stuff through. September, we had probably 150, 200 people. Cars come through and dump their stuff. It's free. It's just a community service.
So it's getting rid of
anything with a plug except for TVs, any kind of paper, documents, folders, any of that stuff. It's all shredded right there in the truck on site, and then the recycling guys take it and they do their magic with magnets and all that stuff.
Wow. Cool. So you did it one time and it's multiplied, right?
Yeah. So and we did it last year, and then it was an annual event. But this year we had such a big outturning in May that we thought, oh, we'll do it again in July. In July, when everybody's in the middle of cleaning house and cleaning up, I mean, we've got people with computers and cell phones and all kinds of, radios and all kinds of things. And plus years of paper that they had been storing up. So that further safety.
When is the next one?
I don't know what they're working on a date for the next one.
There will be, I'm sure, a next one. So I just wanted to, I just was thinking, every time I feel like pinching myself because we have such wonderful people in our network. And it's just really cool to hear the great things. And I think, if anybody if they questioned or didn't know who Janice was, now you do. And Janice, we're going to give you the final opportunity, well, not the final, but what are your final thoughts? Anything that you would like to throw out there at, and it doesn't have to be long, but you have, take your time, whatever. So.
Okay. Well, the number one question that I get asked all the time is, when's the best time to buy a house? Well, people buy homes in hot markets, they buy in down markets, high interest rates, in the middle of a pandemic. So there is no best time to buy. The best time is when you and your family have lifestyle change needs. whether it's marriage or babies or retirement or divorce, or you're ready to start investing, or you've been relocated. All of these life changes may signal a lifestyle living arrangement change. So that's what you have to decide, whether you want to buy or sell your house, is when it is best for you. Not because the interest rate's low, not because the market's hot, not because the market's down and you can get a deal. So you want to do what's best for your family. We once bought a house at 18% interest. And that's like, people can't believe that today. However, my husband had a new job in a different city, and change was necessary. So interest rates didn't matter at that time. Having a home for our family was what mattered. So if you have a good real estate agent that will help guide you through the process and get the best outcomes for you, anytime is the best time to buy.
Cool.
Very good. I like that.
I like that too. That's great. That's great. We're just so thankful to have you here today. And I think if people don't check you out, they're making a big mistake. So Nicole, take it away.
I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
You're
Oh,
welcome.
well, it's an honor. Thank you for sharing with us today. We also want to thank our guests, our audience for watching. And until next time, may all your days be filled with authenticity.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great
Thank
day.
you.
Bye. Bye.